something big has to happen for Guardian to be meta over Resto. Especially because there's other tanks that are good, like Vengeance, like Brewmaster, like Paladin and stuff, you know. Or other healers have to like start excelling besides Discreased, or like Discreased has to be even stronger somehow, you know. Some change needs to happen for things to shift, in my opinion. There is still at least 3 weeks left of beta though, bare minimum, so give them time. Give them time. I would not be surprised if they did a bunch of changes, right? Like you see, like for example, like on this pool, right? Like I'm keeping it on tank mostly. I can swap it. For the moment, I don't need to consume because my healing is enough. Put it back on tank, actually. Put it on Hunter. Consume, and look. His heal absorb is just gone. Instantly. Because my bloom, light bloom is blooming 5 times instantly, which gives you like a shitload of healing. Right? It's just situational, like whoever is like deep and needs like some spot healing, you swap the light bloom to them and consume your solar forest immediately, and then he gets instantaneously topped. It's a beautiful thing. It's also why you're doing like insane cracked healing to tanks, because you have this like this crazy light bloom consumption tech you can do with your Apex taunt. It is beautiful. Like you see, like the gameplay is just very simple. I'm just swift mending as much as I humanly can, wild growth for mastery, consume my solar forest, get a spike heal on him, and like an AoE spike heal on us. And then just spread some hots if I need to. Consume again, bark them, bleed some stuff, I guess. Wild growth for mastery, consume solar forest again. He gets a spike heal, we get a spike heal because we're close to him as well. Healing Convoke, swift mend as well. Hold my solar forest like a little bit in case some more damage happens. There's no reason to immediately spend it if I don't need to. I'll spend it now so I can top the evoker with my splash healing from my light bloom. And the mastery reduce that he gets as well. Double value, of course. And same thing. I'm just swift mending, I'm just holding it in my back pocket. There's no reason to immediately spend it. You can spend it like when it's about to expire if there's nothing happening on the screen, because your swift mend is back again and you can have another one ready immediately. Right? The entire gameplay revolves around being just very aggressive with your swiftments and making maximum use of your solar force as much as you fucking can. And that is it. Even if the damage is like micro damage that the person has took, you use swiftment to get solar forest. So solar forest is your bread and butter. It is just way too powerful to not be optimizing. That's also why like I'm saying that like Druid is not necessarily like super complicated to play, because it, you know, necessarily isn't. But it does require some experience because you need to know what type of damage you're dealing with. Like what type of mechanics are you dealing with, right? How much damage are people gonna take? Do you need to hold your soul force? Do you need to spend it immediately? What do you spend it on situationally, right? These are things that you just naturally learn by just playing, right? Because you see what I'm pressing, right? Like it's not complicated at its core. Quite simple, actually. And just bark on before the buster, swift mend him and hold again. Because nothing is happening on the screen yet. I can wild growth, dispel, spread the rejuve from him, which gives a spike heal to my tank as well. And that little rejuve spread on mage and topped him as well for free. And swift mend again. Even though the tank is not even losing HP, I'm gonna swift mend because I want solar forest. I don't care if the swift mend healing is a little wasted, whatever. He always gets healing anyway because he's a monk. Stagger kind of lowers him, right? So I never truly lose healing, but you know what I mean. It just doesn't really matter. I just want solar forest. If you can, of course, like wait like a second maybe to like get a little bit of bonus swift mend healing, then you can do it. But otherwise you just swift mend immediately. So I swap my light bloom, dispel, consume, and he's full HP. And swap it back. And repeat. As needed. Wild growth for mastery. Hold the forest. We're about to take some AoE. Consume it. Healing Convoke. Instantaneous swiftment. Refresh my light bloom to get a pandemic light bloom. Spread my reduce again through that. Tank also gets a spike heal, dispel, bark and trank. Because the lich is still alive. Into immediate swiftment again. And now it's gonna be for tank healing mostly. Dispel this, because it's a curse. Apply bleed, dispel the mob, soothe it, wild growth for mastery. Consume Soul of Force because it's about to expire. Little regrowth, so Swiftman again and hold it once again. And just rinse repeat until infinity. If you don't need it immediately, you just hold it a bit. You have 15 seconds potentially almost to hold it before you consume it, because nothing is necessarily happening on the screen, right? That warrants it to be consumed. And even when we're in between pools, I'm still going to Swiftman because I want my buff coming into pools potentially, in case something happens. There's no loss because you always get like rejuice on people for free. Oh, we didn't click the first one. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's play some bonus count here since we're here anyway. Shit. We're gonna lose like a couple of seconds to this. Okay, well he's gonna go click it. We should go pull. That is tragic. It's because we all pressed W. Nobody remembered. Yeah, same thing. Swiftman again. Well, like, what is this? Mandatory or necessary? No. It's just simply good. And apparently they buffed it. It's just simply good, that's it. It got buffed recently apparently. Or so I'm understanding. Opa, bolt went through on me. Well, anyway, you can see what the gameplay is, right? Like, it's quite simple. It's all about managing your beautiful little Light Bloom and your Swiftman. And then just deciding what you want to do with it after the fact. Like, do you need a chunky spike heal on somebody? Do you need, like, tank healing? What do you need, you know? You just play based on that. If people are low HP, do you spread a regrowth? Do you spread a rejuve? You know, stuff like this. Like, small decisions that you're constantly making. Opa, my hunter. Let's back my tank on the setup here. Spread rejuice, I guess. Since we're losing some HP. Swiftman. Get actual value out of it. Hold my Folder Forest once again. NS him. That is unlucky. It's fine. The regrowth spread wasn't bad because it healed the tank as well. So, a little bit of a waste because I didn't get rejuice, but what can you do? I had to spike heal my, or he would die. He got heal absorbed and bolted or something. I can see it. Quite simple gameplay. Just a lot of decisions that you're making constantly. Which is what might, you know, might make it a little bit like, you know, a couple of keys at a time. Bonus to learn, you know, how to like optimize it and stuff. But how to learn it is like, I mean, you don't need to learn shit. Like, it's quite easy to play. You don't have to have ever played Druid to play it decently well at the moment. Of course, like, you're gonna like differentiate yourself from the person next to you by, well, you know, doing everything else and that at the same time, you know, like CCs, kicks, damage, just optimizing your globals, you know. Because healing wise, I mean, anybody can really heal, right? But it's hard to do everything at the same time. I'll optimize myself, finding myself catforming. About the same as retail. It's not that different, honestly. Sometimes, like, even more. Precisely because we have this insanely efficient gameplay now. That I can save so many globals. Because on retail, obviously, like, you gotta do stuff completely manually, right? So sometimes you lose like a lot of globals setting up just basic healing. Whereas here, I can set it up quite quickly, which gives me even more time to catform sometimes. If average catform uptime on retail is like, let's say 50%, well, that depends on the key, obviously. Then this would be like 55 to even 60 sometimes. It just really depends on like the key you're playing, the pools you're doing, you know, like, oh, what kind of like spicy ass fucking route are you doing, you know what I mean? Like, it just depends. But I do find myself like having higher potential to catform precisely because I have this efficiency of globals. Yes. But also Feral Frenzy now from Heart of the Wild. Every 2 minutes you can force Feral Frenzy. Majority of the damage is still Rip and Rake though. But the other thing is also like for burst you have like Feral Frenzy. Which you already know what Feral Frenzy is. It's the Feral Druid bleed thingy. Like this thing, right? that just gives you 5 combo points and there's like a little nasty bleed on the target. It gives you like crazy bursts. Basic mouse over macros, yes. Here I'm not gonna have as much cat from uptime as I'd like because the boss is very heavy on rot damage. But that's just how the boss works. This is basically Kajin, so what can you do? Or so I say, but I'm still gonna cat from anyway. Just less. Magician is a little far from my tastes. So we're gonna light bloom him to stabilize. Get the healing convoke Karami Chief. Stop my light bloom again. Consume, Bark Mage. Consume Soul the Forest. Frank to stabilize Hellbars. Fuck off. The Swirl is one shot. I got a couple of ticks of Trank, it's good enough. Consume. Swap Light Bloom. Actually apply a symbiotic relationship, apparently I forgot. No Wikora. There's actually an add-on that reminds you symbiotic relationships. I just never bothered to get it because I hate add-ons. Well, too many add-ons for useless shit like that. People are LOSing me a little bit. That is no bueno. Bark myself. My hunter is greedy. Bear from NS. Dispel. Light Bloom. Swiftmend. Consume immediately to top the mage. The Wild Growth Mastery. Potion Feral Frenzy. Get a little burst. Healing Convoke to stabilize. Swiftmend. Pandemic my Light Bloom. Rebleed the target. Wild Growth Mastery. Consume it. With reduce always. Never regrowth here because everybody's stable enough usually. Swiftmend immediately. Light Bloom Pandemic. Bark Hunter. Hold my Soul the Forest like a tiny bit here. Bear from. Consume for a spike heal. Shapeshift, Dispel. Little regrowth into Swiftmend immediately. Pandemic my Light Bloom. Wild Growth from Mastery. Rejuve my tank. Because he's gonna dip in a little bit as well. He also needs a little bit of love and attention. And just maintain them through some regular regrowths here and there. Consume Soul the Forest. He dies to a Swirly. Fantastic. Right before the AoE as well. Healing Convoke to stabilize. Into a Swiftmend. Light Bloom. Consume Soul the Forest. Reposition. Dispel. He should have disengaged. Instead I should have dispelled the Evoker, but it's fine. Rebuff him. Now I finally have a global too. Unlucky life. Let's do a big regrowth bucket. YOLO. For fun. Wild Growth into some manual reduce. Dodge Swirlies. Swiftmend. Reapply Light Bloom. Bark him. Reposition. Wild Growth. Consume. A little regrowth action now for a little bit here. Gotta spam some regrowths to stabilize just to be sure. Swiftmend. Consume. Dispel. I should have dispelled him actually. I could shapeshift. Unlucky. Didn't think about it, I just pressed. Opa. Gotta do some manual reuse here for a second. Don't have Swiftmend ready yet, so. Now I can spread and then do Healing Convoke. Refresh my Light Bloom. I have Trank ready if I need it. I don't need it though. Consume. And spread reduce again. And fight is over. GG. 170k HPS. 16% of my healing is rejuve. Beautiful, beautiful. A very nice feeling. The pink button does stuff, you know? It's not like this current expansion where it's a complete and utter joke and you only press it for mastery to make your stupid ass regrowths bigger. I've done him here. He procs. Ah. That is tragedy, man. This is shambles completely. Oof. Disengage. And then I dispel the Evoker in a second. Consume. Dispel. Bark my tank. Tank busters are coming. Swiftmend my magician. Wild Growth Mastery. Dispel. It's a big regrowth on him because he's low. Not great, but it still spikes the tank, so it's not that big of a deal. Just insta-swift and spike heal. Shapeshift dispel both of us, because I was in cat form, so it's dispelling me from shapeshift and dispelling him from the dispel. It's beautiful and convenient. But you can see, like, it's not particularly complicated, it's just a lot of decisions that you're making all the time. Which is what I love about it. Efficient, and you actually get to make decisions. It doesn't get better than this. You're always doing stuff. Every single pull. Love it. It's gonna take you like a couple of runs per key to get used to all the timings, all the mechanics and all that stuff. See the health bars situationally and then decide what to do based on that. Once you get that down, I mean you're basically ready. Then you just need to work on your damage uptime and CCs and shit, you know? Gotta weave those things in. Since you have so much efficiency of globals. But you can do that now. Easier than before. Just gotta respect your Soldier Forests in your life one. A lot. Because the rest is the same as before. Shapeshift. Hit the gargoyle, dispel, consume, equipment, and hold again, in case I need to do something. Not gonna be like tank healing, but just in case. It's the same thing over and over, you know? You just decide based on the situation, like how immediate is the threat of damage taken. Whether you insta-consume or not. You have 15 seconds to decide, so, you know. Here I'm gonna consume as soon as, like, debuffs happen now. Do the spell. And make sure I'm perma-swift mending as much as I physically can. Well, growth for mastery because he's about to do some evil AoE shit on us. Hold. Consume. At the end, insta-swift mend, I have another one in the back pocket again. So I just always have an answer. It is beautiful. There is a negative bug with the interaction of things though. Keep in mind. The druid can be even better potentially. Soul of the Forest does not seem to consistently proc power of the druid through Convoke, I've noticed. I don't know if that's an intended interaction, but I feel like it's not, because, you know, like, it can proc Soul of the Forest with Swiftments from Convoke, right? And it does consume it, it just doesn't proc power of the druid, which to me sounds like a bug, probably, because it didn't used to work like that, right? Like, the talents didn't used to be connected. Because it does consume Soul of the Forest normally, it does still empower one spell, but I don't think it empowers 3 spells, is my issue with it. So Convoke can potentially be stronger if that's a bug. If it's intentional, then unlucky, I guess. We're still strong anyway. Who cares, I guess. Where's my evoker, dude? Is he in... Is he DC'd, maybe? Dispel. Melt. Okay, Melt doesn't work. He's gonna bolt me anyway. I think NA is DC'd, maybe. Let's dispel this, I guess. Recommend the tank. I'm gonna get bolted, aren't I? Consume, Bark, NS. Yeah, he's not taking Res. I think he's gone. Rest in peace is this key. Although if the boss dies and he comes back, maybe we can still win. Nah, he's like full DC'd or something, I don't know. Oh, shit. 50% boss with 4-man. That's not gonna work. No, no unit frames allow you to customize your HOTS positioning and stuff, no. For me that is not a problem though, so I don't really care. But I know that this is a problem for some people because of like raid and whatnot. I'm aware. But for my preferences and how I play the game, I don't care that I can't do that, to be honest. I'm already used to the Blizzard's positioning of HOTS anyway, so it's like whatever, to be honest. It can get maybe potentially hectic in raid, I would imagine, right? Because like it's a lot of frames and then maybe you have a hard time seeing rejuves, but... Do you though? I mean, like, you're not pressing that many HOTS on people, like, it's not that hard to see a pink icon on your frames, I feel like, but, you know, everyone is different in the game, right? For me, I don't have issues seeing my HOTS whatsoever. I'm fine with any placement, I don't care. And at some point people will probably maybe make an add-on that allows you to do it somehow. If the API allows it. To my understanding, Danders doesn't allow it because the API, like from the last week, did not allow it to do that. Is it the case still? I have no clue. I have not heard news about it, at least. If you can reposition them in any way you like. Danders allows you to do basically the same thing that Blizzard wants let you do, but slightly more customized. Instead of being like only like top or bottom, it can be any corner and stuff you want, right? You cannot separate them yet. In the future, maybe you can, but right now you cannot. It's just not a thing. Like if I went into Danders and then buffs, you can't do anything. You can only position them how you like them, and that's it. You can make them grow differently, and you can display how many hots you want and the scaling and shit. But you cannot spread them. No, it's not a thing yet in this current version. Maybe in the future a different add-on can do it. Maybe Cell can do it. Or, I don't know. Or maybe it's completely cooked and you can never do it because the API just doesn't allow it. In which case, unfortunate for the people who really wanted it. For me, it changes nothing though, so... I suppose, like, my condolences, if it ends up being the case. But you'll get used to it, to be honest. You'll get used to it, it's fine. Like, for me, like, I stopped using, like, LUI and stuff, like, a long time ago, you know? I've been using Blizzard frames for, like, weeks before, like, beta ever launched. With no add-ons and nothing in it. Like, on the beta, of course, right? And, I mean, Blizzard frames are fine, they're more than usable. The issue with them is just, like, they don't show, like, over-absorbs, right? So, like, something like Disc Priest has a bit of a more annoying time than they must. So that's unfortunate, right? And I guess, like, in beta, like, you cannot, like, reposition your, what do you call it? You cannot reposition your, people's, like, defenses and shit, you know, on the frames. And you can't make them smaller or anything like that. Like, you know, if somebody pops, like, a defensive, it's like a huge icon in the middle of the screen, right? Of the party frame. That, and not showing absorbs, and I guess, like, technically targeted spells, obviously, because, you know, that's a big feature right now, are the only reasons why I'm not playing Blizzard frames right now, in fact. If they added those things, I would not give a shit about add-ons at all. Because I don't really use them anyway for anything special, so... You know. The biggest features for me, though, like especially like on Druid, is simply targeted spells on the frame instead of nameplates. Because, you know, sometimes, like, my attention is just completely downstairs, right? And that's not a euphemism for something dirty, but I'm just saying, like, my eyes are downstairs on my frames, right? So I can't necessarily always see the nameplates, right? In some cases, right? So, like, seeing them on the frames is cool, right? I played, like, the majority of beta without add-ons, and it wasn't really a problem necessarily. It's just, like, sometimes I might miss, like, a cast or two on a person, you know? Without targeted spells on frames, right? But that one's kind of fine-ish, I guess, if it gets lost. Showing, like, people's defensives like this, for example, like, smaller and in a different area than the middle of the screen and being huge, is simply, like, a visual convenience. It doesn't really matter that much either. I don't mind it. But hey, if it works with Danders, I mean, I'm gonna just do that instead, you know? Like, I'm just saying, if Blizzard updates their frames and makes it customizable, I mean, hey, cool. No add-on to... I knew it. Oh, I didn't know what he wants to do. We had 83%. I thought he's gonna play Liches. Because... I thought he's gonna play the Liches, that's why I said the count is fine, because count is fine. But if you play the Liches, if you skip the Liches, it's not fine. You miss 1%. Should have probably specified. These puddles are so weird, man. The hell? Why are they singles old? And this is complete RNG, I guess. But if I knew he wanted to, like, skip Liches, I would have told him we need 84 though. Unlucky. Cooldown monitor randomly when you get an instance. Moves your CDs? I haven't noticed that, personally. Which cooldowns is it moving for you? Because I don't think it's moving mine. I have noticed at least. I think I've had like one character where like one thing like moves like up sometime, but that's it. I haven't like, in a general sense, like none of my stuff moves at all. Once it's in a position, it's in a position, and that's it. So I don't really know of a solution to that kind of thing. I think your best solution would be to use something like Arc UI, which is unfortunately an add-on. If you're having a consistent problem of some sort, is what it sounds like. For me, I'm not having these issues though, so I'm not really doing such a thing, right? I'm just playing my basic UI, like basic cooldown manager with nothing on it. You could attempt to remake your profile, potentially, like your cooldown manager profile, and like just reload and like relog in a bunch of times and stuff, maybe, and see where that takes you. Or like slightly reposition the icons in some sort of like slightly different way, and then maybe they don't get moved because of it, right? Because I've noticed like one thing in particular. There was like one time where I moved my life bloom down instead of like up on my buffs, and it did go back up when I entered the dungeon. But if I keep it up, it never moves. So it kind of feels like some things might have like slight preset anchors or something, if you want to call it like that. Might be the case for you as well. I doubt it's moving all your buttons, right? It's probably moving like 1 or 2 buttons max, right? Would be my guess. For me, it's been like live bloom sometimes, but at this point I just keep it up, so it doesn't really change anything. It doesn't ever matter. And on other characters, I didn't even notice it moved, to be honest. I think like the thing that you notice the most is like your buffs moving, right? That's my assumption at least. Your defensives and other stuff doesn't get moved, right? It's only your like buffs, like tracked buffs that moves, right? It's because you edited the default profile. Maybe, yeah. You could try to make a new one and see where that takes you. I just don't really know what other solution there would be. Your essential moves. Okay, now that's definitely cooked then. For me, like I only the buff thingy has moved in past weeks, like a long time ago. It doesn't anymore, but it used to. I used to like move my live bloom up, and that's it. Nothing else moved. But now I keep it upstairs, so it doesn't even move anyway. It's like, whatever. Try to make a new profile, and if that doesn't fix it, I would recommend you to temporarily download Arc UI, set up your cooldown manager with that, and that should work fine, because it's like saving them externally from the add-on instead of like cooldown manager itself. So that probably would keep them being more consistent, would be my assumption. That is a bit strange though, I haven't heard about this issue. At least like not for like anything but buffs, because I know track buffs might have like an issue because it's like it's a dynamic buff thingy, right? How to say, like this is like a dynamic group essentially, right? Like, yeah, like if you use like a vrykul, right? It would be called a dynamic group, right? Essentially, like how the HOTS move, like how the buff moves, right? Whereas the other things are static. Oh, he was. He wanted to use the NPC. Okay, I figured we just jump in and smuggle something here. Same shit, I guess. Let's kill this one lumbering guy and... Is he gonna kill me in bear form? I don't think he would, but... I'm just gonna meld real quick. Yeah, it does TP to the engine, that's true. I didn't even think about that, to be honest. I usually don't miscount, so you know. Well, that was not too bad. Besides the DC and stuff, I guess it was generally fine. Let's see, what was the HPS looking like? Yep, it's lore accurate. 14% of my healing is rejuve, as I would expect it to be.